Hi, I'm Nylan Zalitis, and this is the Nylan Zalitis channel. These are my top 10 favorite movies. Number 10, Silence of the Lambs. My favorite of the really good crime psychotic thriller. I wouldn't call it a horror movie, but it's very much a thriller. It's just so good. Anthony Hopkins is one of my favorite actors ever, and he played such a good job. Really, a serial killer movie. It's good, especially when you get it from more of a mind of a serial killer, and especially since the whole series went. So Red Dragon came out, and Hannibal, that really crappy TV show, and I think there was even one called Hannibal, the movie, which was good, but not Hannibal, the TV series. I really hate that. And I hate Matt, whatever his name is, the dude who played it. It's not the same. It's actually Red Dragon, just in a TV show. It's like the prequel to Red Dragon, but it is Red Dragon. And I stopped watching it. Yeah. Next, number 9, An Adventure in Time and Space. The movie about how Doctor Who came to be, and it is amazing. It is so good. Like, if you have not seen it, just go watch it right now. It is so good. The actors in it are really awesome. I love the cameo at the end, which I won't spoil because it's just so amazing. And it's really quite heart-wrenching. And it's really good. I have nothing really else to say. It's just a good movie, and it's funny, and it shows how much trouble that they had and what they had to do, and it shows you how the BBC had no budget. Alright, let's go on. Number 8, the Dirty Harry series. I can't place one of these as my favorite. I have to put them all together because they're just so good. An idea of a cop who's a bit Rambo-esque with a .44 Magnum is the best idea ever, but he gets the job done. And it's just, it's the best political views because he doesn't care about politics. He doesn't care that if he arrests a person that is as high up in the government and can get him fired, he does not care. He cares about justice. He does not care about how powerful they are. He just goes and really just messes them up. So, go watch the Dirty Harry series. They're all good. Last one isn't the best, but whatever. There's a few. But next one, number 7, Psycho. Yes, the Alfred Hitchcock movie Psycho is on this list from the 1960s. Actually, 1960, I believe. Or was it 63? One of those. Whatever. Amazing movie. It's just, the whole thing about Norman Bates is amazing. Watching it again ruins my take on Bates Motel. I still like the show, but they did change things in Bates Motel that I really don't like. But Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates will always be my favorite Norman Bates, even though Psycho 2, 3, and 4 were pretty bad. They just felt like over-sexualized crappy horror movies. While I could watch Psycho over and over and over again, because it had that directing style that Hitchcock only had. And the black and white factor to it is just, it's amazing. All these movies are just amazing. Go watch all these movies. 6. Wee! Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Oh my god. I probably could have put this movie higher, but all the other movies like too much more. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is an amazing video game reference movie that was made by Edgar Wright, one of my favorite directors, and Michael Cera, one of my favorite actors. And it's just amazing, and it's full of video game references, and there's the link to the past starting, and I'm gonna go watch it again tonight, I believe. It's so good. If you didn't know, it's Scott Pilgrim, and he meets a girl named Ramona Flowers, and to be with her, he has to defeat her 7 evil exes, not 7 evil boyfriends. That's the plot point, which I noticed that Netflix didn't get, but whatever. It's an amazing movie. It's based off a graphic novel, which is just as amazing, and you should go check it out. Number 5, Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home. I limited myself to one Star Trek movie, since they are pretty good. But I like Voyage Home, even though not too much people do. I just felt like the humor of being in in 20th century Earth was some of the funniest stuff that ever happened in the Star Trek universe. And there's whales. I like whales. But when they get on the bus and they need exact change, and then when Scotty tries to talk to the computer using the mouse, go watch Star Trek 4, even if you don't know anything about Star Trek. It does use the previous movies 2, 3 as kind of backups, because there's the story throughout those movies. But Voyage Home is my favorite out of the original series movies. Probably all of them, too. Four. VHS 1 and 2. VHS is a horror series movie franchise now, I guess. Yeah, it's more. It's series now. And it's about VHS tapes, and there's always a little story joining little clips together. So in the little clips, it's each a very, not always well done, but usually well done clip by a famous horror director. I think the dude who did Hobo with a Shotgun did one, and other people that I can't name, but they've done horror movies did. And they're all different, but they all relate using one story. In the first one, it's these guys have to go find a VHS tape in this old guy's house. And in the second one, it's they're private investigators and they need to find out about this one kid. Not for children though, these movies. Since they're more indie, they have more sexual things in them. Don't know how to describe that. Nudity and all that. But they're so good. I very much enjoy them. They're very much hated by people, but I very much like. Number 3, Strange Brew, one of my favorite Canadian movies of all time. It's just amazing. It stars Bob and Doug McKenzie, who are from the TV show SCTV, and they have a little spot on it called The Great White North. And it's all about their adventures to get free beer. Is really what it is. And they unearth this big plot to control the world, pretty much. And it is amazing. It is stupid. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's difficult to get, but DVDs are some places. Yeah, it's so good. Just so good. Number 2, Oculus. Not Oculus VR, like the thing you strap over your face to do 3D, but Oculus, the horror movie that recently came out with Karen Gillan in it. It's really, really, really good horror. It's psychological. It's Silence of the Lambs, but more for like a new age, and like it does that same thing to your brain. It just confuses you. But Oculus is all about confusing you, and that's where the horror comes in, is that it's so good that it confuses you into being scared. And it's not a confusing storyline. The storyline totally makes sense. It's just, you have to watch it. I just saw it on Blu-ray, so go pick that up. It is amazing, and it's based off a short film from a few years ago. And that's pretty good too. But so good, and it has Karen Gillan, who was Amy Pond in Doctor Who, and that's amazing too. And the final one, number 1, is... That's my drum roll. Forrest Gump. Probably one of the most mainstream favorite movies ever, but I just love it because I love that kind of comedy of a mentally disabled man just interfering with everything in the history of the United States. And, yeah. Forrest Gump is amazing. If you've never seen it, you are missing out on a lot. Especially some famous quotes like, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get." And that was my Forrest Gump impression for Life is Like a Box of Chocolates. Never get me to do impressions again. And yeah, those are my top 10 favorite movies of all time, but that list is always changing as new movies always come out. So thank you very much for watching this video, and hopefully you didn't cry for my Forrest Gump impression, because it was terrible. Goodbye.